Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It is Friday evening. I am reviewing now the Hot 10 comic list brought to you by CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. This list comes out every Friday, usually in the afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock. So I try to get this video out as soon as I can. Sometimes it's Friday evening, sometimes it's Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, but usually within 24 hours I try to get this video out to kind of highlight the hot books for the week and sort of my thoughts and opinions on it, and let you know what I think. So let's jump on into it with issue number 10 on the list, rather. Blow this up a little bit. So we've got Hulk number 15 is number 10. This is a first appearance of the Red She-Hulk. And I believe this is Bruce Banner's girlfriend, Betty. I can't remember Betty's last name. I want to say Paige, but I know that's not correct. I can't remember her name, but the girlfriend interest of Bruce Banner for many, many years. She turns into the Red She-Hulk. So this issue is heating up due to Immortal Hulk number 14 in that issue. Spoiler alert, just so everybody knows. So if you don't want to know, go ahead and pause the video or skip ahead. Basically, Betty gets shot and killed in issue 14 of Immortal Hulk and is not dead, though. She basically awakens and her eyes are red. And the solicitation on issue 17 coming up of Immortal Hulk indicates that there is another Immortal Hulk. So probably a pretty good guess that there's going to be an Immortal She-Hulk. So another first appearance. So definitely Immortal Hulk 15 or 16, maybe even 17. It might be 17 is when that will be the first full. My guess is you'll see it maybe a cameo in either 15 or 16, and then 17 will be the first full appearance. Just a guess, who knows? But this issue is definitely heating up right now, selling around 20 bucks, and just a few days ago, you probably could have bought it for $4 or $5 on eBay. Luckily, I looked through my collection, and I do have this issue. I've got a run of 1 through 20, I think, of Hulk. So by default, I have this issue, which is cool. It means I don't have to go out and chase it, and not that I would really, anyways. I mean, I guess this could be a key. It's a $20 book right now, not bad. So let's move on. Number 9 on the list is a J. Scott Campbell cover, Domino Hot Shots number 1. This is a 1 in 50 variant. I picked up the first issue of Domino. It was okay. It was pretty predictable. It's just something didn't hold my interest. This is probably the same type of thing. There'll be some people that buy it because it's a first issue. It's selling for more than ratio. Here it's saying around $75. I was at my local shop. They had one on the wall for, I think, $55 or $60. I passed on it. I don't know. For me to spend that kind of money, yeah, possibly you could flip it, right? I could have bought it for $55, maybe flipped it for $75. I don't know. Just to me, the comic book market seems a little dangerous right now. It seems to be there's too many people trying to speculate. Speculators are always good for the market, don't get me wrong. But it seems like all these, it's specifically Marvel too, these Marvel ratio variants, there's a lot of chase going on with them. A lot of people trying to buy them. They bid up the price. I mean, perfect example is Dead Man Logan number 4, the Zafino cover. I love that cover. I paid $21 for it through Midtown, which was a good price. It was a 1 in 25 variant, but pre-sales were $40 to $60. The week before it came out, it was selling easily $65 and up. Now I think it's back down to around $30, $35. So just be real careful right now. If a ratio comic book is coming out, there's a lot of speculators right now just trying to drive the prices up. So they get driven up quickly, and then they kind of fall back down. So just be careful. I would say, if you're a big J. Scott Campbell fan, if you can find this for 40 to 50 near ratio. So if it's a 1 in 50, you should be able to buy it comfortably around $50 to $60. I wouldn't pay more than that. I think you're overpaying if you're paying $75 or more. There'll be some poor bastard that'll pay $100, I'm sure. I feel bad. I don't know. Just be careful with that stuff. I'm not a big J. Scott Campbell fan, so it's nothing I would be going after anyways. Moving down the list here, or rather up the list, number 8 is Astro Hustle number 1. This is the Greg Smallwood cover. Kind of a unique cover. I mean, I like it. It's definitely eye-catching. It's got a very old retro look. It definitely looks like an old baseball card. And in fact, if you look at the bottom, it says 30 pages, full color, and then no gum. That's totally a reference to baseball card packs from the 70s and 80s. It definitely looks like a 70s style to it. So I read the book. It was actually a good read. I picked up a couple copies, a couple of these variants at my local shop for cover price. And then I picked up one of the A covers as well. But I like it. I mean, it's definitely a $20 book right now, and kind of hard to find. I mean, at my shop, they only had 2 that came in, and I was there right when they opened at 10 o'clock. So I picked them both up, and that was all that shop had. So I've kind of figured the print run on it might be pretty low. So that might be something worth looking for. If you're at your local shop, maybe take a glance and see if it's still there. Although on Friday now, a few days have passed. I did a video highlighting this book, so it's real important that you watch my videos on Wednesday, because I try to get them out pretty early. As soon as the list comes out for the following week, I try to go through the covers and kind of highlight what I think will be good. Number 7 on the list, the Mall number 1. I have this copy as well in my collection, just the A cover. I know there's several variants. So this is going for around $25 to $30. It was a $10 book a couple weeks ago, or a few days ago maybe. And it is a low print run. Scout Comics is the publisher. They're not known for big print runs. I mean, you might get at most 3,000 to 5,000 print runs on any book. This is probably, I would say 2,500 to 3,000 is probably the print run on this book. So, if this gets developed, Ivan Reitman is supposedly involved in developing the series. I don't know if it's going to be a movie or a TV series. It's probably better for like a Netflix or a TV series. So, yeah, you may want to look for that. There could be copies still in your local shop. Probably not anymore, but the shop I go to a lot, I know that this was on the wall for a long time. I already had a copy or two, so I didn't want to buy anymore. But there was definitely a couple issues still on the wall. So there's some people that just don't pay attention to these independents, and that presents a good opportunity for you. So yeah, pick that up. I have issue number 2, which is a really cool variant of an homage to The Exorcist. There's a black and white and a red cover. And I'm kind of hoping if it gets optioned, maybe those books will go crazy, because the print run on those is like 50 to 100. I mean, it's really, really low. All right, so moving up the list here, number 6, Ziggy Pig Silly Seal, number 1, the secret poop variant. So the deal on this, let me zoom in here. I guess on the map there, it's instead of saying Latveria, I guess, right? The country of Dr. Doom's origin. It has a poop emoji, and it shows up the creek. So you're shit up the creek, right? That's the that's the reference. I was at my local shop. They had two copies of this on the wall, and they were not a secret variant. So I've heard it's like a 1 in 10 maybe. So this is something that maybe if you went to a really big store that carries a decent amount, you might find this. But a lot of my local shops, they're going to carry 2-3 copies of an obscure book like this. So, it's the luck of the draw. He didn't have that. I was looking for it, because if it was there, I would have bought it, and I would have flipped it on eBay. there's no way I would pay $20 to $25 for this, but I will gladly sell it to you for $20 to $25 as I pay $3.99. So yeah, that's one of those deals where if you're at your local shop and you happen to see it on the wall, yeah, I mean, it's free money, right? You pay $4 and you easily sell it for 20 to 25, but definitely not something I would have long-term in my collection. Just not appealing to me. Number 5 on the list is another book that I personally own, Umbrella Academy, Dallas, number 1, the Jim Lee variant. I was early on Umbrella Academy. I collected it when it actually came out back in, I think it was 2010, 2009, 2011 maybe. Yeah, it was a few years back. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good series, and I probably paid only $10 for this variant. It was a little harder variant to get. So this was a $30 book not too long ago. Now it's selling around $70 to $75. It's definitely a cool cover. I mean, it's a classic Jim Lee, especially if you're a Jim Lee fan and you love Umbrella Academy. I think this is a really good book to have in your collection. Yeah, wait a little bit. I know the TV show just came out on Netflix, so this series is super hot right now. A few months from now, the rage will die down a little bit, and you might be able to pick this up a little cheaper. I don't think you'll see it below $50 is my personal opinion. So, right now if it's selling 70 to 75, maybe wait a little bit and see if you could pick it up on the cheap around 50 to 60. I think you could find it around that price. All right, number 4 on the list, Superboy, number 9. This is another comic book that I own. I purchased this a little over a year and a half ago. And I can't remember why I bought it. I knew it was a first appearance of King Shark, and I think maybe at the time there was a rumor that he was going to be in the new Aquaman movie. I think that's why I bought it. I think I paid $8 or9 for it, and it's back up to 10 to 20 range. I don't know. I mean, the copy I have is in really nice condition. It's a 9.6 or a 9.8. It's definitely in high grade. It's kind of a cool cover. The story's lame. So the rumor here is King Shark might be in the new Suicide Squad 2. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but there'll be a little bit of attention on this book probably for a little while. So, yeah, if you're at your local shop and you want to run through some back issues, if you see that, that's probably going to be in some back issues at some stores. So, might be worth taking a look to see if it's there. Number 3 on the list, Fantastic Four, number 65. First appearance of the Kree and Ronan the Accuser. So that's kind of cool. You got a 2-for-1, right? 2 first appearances in the same issue. It's an early Fantastic Four. Jack Kirby art. I can't stand Jack Kirby, but that's the only problem with some of these old books is they're worth collecting for what they represent in the history of comics. But if you try to read them, the artwork is not anywhere near as good as what artwork is today. The stories are very hokey, very cheeseworthy. I don't know. It's one of those things. So, the sales here, 9.0s going for $700 when it was going only for $250 last November. This might be something that if you've got a comic book shop that has a lot of older keys sitting on the wall, that could be something that would be worth getting. With this list coming out, I'm sure eBay sales are going to increase, raw copies. What I always try to do is I try to find the best conditioned raw copy I can get if I really, really want a book. I tend to veer away from CGC graded books. That's just my personal thing. I don't really want my books CGC graded. I suppose if I was ever really trying to sell a high-end book, I might get a book CGC graded to increase the value. But other than that, I like my books in a nice Mylar where I can pull them out if I want to, and they're pretty well protected in the Mylar as well, but maybe not as much as a CGC slab book, but that's just my personal preference on that. So that might be worth looking for if you're out hunting. Number 2 on the list, Venom number 7, the Secret Tongue variant. This was a $25 book, and now it says last week it jumped to $40 to $50. 9/8, which were selling around $100, are now $170. This is speculated that Dylan Brock, this is, I guess, the first appearance. I think it might be cameo. No, I think it's first appearance. First full, I think, is number 9, Venom number 9, but this is the first appearance. And there could be something going on with Cates might be doing something with that character, so the speculation on this is kind of running wild. This was a secret variant, so it was like a 1 in 10. I think it was more like a 1 in 20. I mean, I went to several shops, and only one shop had a couple copies. So I ended up having to buy this on eBay for around, I'm going to say I think I paid around $15 for it. Maybe with shipping it was 20. And yeah, okay, now it's $40, $50. All right. So for a while there, it was about what I paid for it. And I guess if you're patient, sometimes things work out. And in this case, it definitely did. So that was one that I was a big Venom fan, and with Cates on the run, I just figured I want to own that book either way. So I did pick up a copy. Number 1 on the list, Die number 1, the Virgin variant. Only 800 of these in existence. Hard to believe this was a $10 to $30 book just a few weeks ago. And sure enough, if you look on eBay right now, you will not find this book for less than $200. So congratulations to people that picked this up. I have the regular A cover of first print. I know there's several printings of this now, so this definitely is a hot title. It was good. The story was good. I definitely liked it. I like the concept of it. The cover artwork is excellent. And I think there's some long-running heat to this book. So, you know, it might be worth spending, you know, I don't know, about $200, but if you wait a little bit, if this thing dips a little bit below, let's say 150 to 100 range, yeah, it might be worth picking up. It is a cool cover. It's a black cover, so there may be some condition sensitivity to it. But yeah, it's definitely a cool book to own. And I would definitely take a look at that series if you haven't been collecting it. It's worth a read. So that's kind of what I had for tonight. That's the top 10 list. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If you're not subscribed, you know, hit the bell for notifications so that you get notified every time I do a video. And also leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this list. Some of these issues, you agree, disagree. I love getting feedback from the community. It's fun interacting with people. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I will post probably another video on the weekend, especially if there's any new comic book news coming out. I will typically highlight that off of CBR's website. So be on the look for that. And if not, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Thanks.